everybody, Felicia Day here, and I am back. I have been gone for almost 3 weeks. My child is very angry at me. But it's nice to be home, to be able to update you guys on what's going on in my life and just say hi. So I have been on a whirlwind tour of the world, or at least, Tampa, Cozumel, and London. That's the 3 places I went. I went on the Comic-Con cruise where we did a 4-day cruise. We were supposed to go to the Bahamas, but fun fact, the night before, the winds were so strong that they were like, it's not safe for us to go. They're closing the port. We're going to Cozumel instead, which was okay because we went to Cozumel last year when I hosted the first year of the Comic-Con cruise. There were amazing guests. I got to meet wonderful actors, 2 of which were hobbits, 2 of whom, is it who or whom? I don't know the difference. I admit it. Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan. Oh my goodness, I was kind of fangirling. I know Sean Astin very well. He's a friend. He did a voice in Third Eye, and I've known him over the years. We acted in The Librarians together, and I met Elijah Wood many times at conventions, but I've never met Dominic or Billy, and it was so fun. I didn't know Billy was such an incredible musician. I also met Doctor Who people, Alex and Arthur. I was kind of less intimidated, but very excited to meet them. I think I've met Alex a few times before, and she's just kind of goddess. She's one of the wisest, most talented people I've ever met, and I was, really happy to be able to spend time with her. There were a bunch of other people. I'm kind of not remembering everybody because it was such a blur. For the record, I did not drink. Okay, I had a couple of sips. I would get a drink and I'd sip it and I'd be like, that's enough. Because I knew that I was going to London after the cruise direct to be able to do the Guild musical. So I couldn't ruin my voice and I could not get sick. Being a responsible adult on a cruise, not that fun. I wanted to stay out till 2 dancing. I wanted to drink, several old fashions because I had a drink package. But I was a responsible adult. I wore my mask a lot and I did not get sick. So you know what? Hard work pays off, even for people who don't have fun. Yay. I did lots of panel moderating, and we also did this really fun thing where we took iconic scenes from nerdy franchises and then we just improv'd our way through them, which was so hilarious. It was my idea, and I was like, this is a whim that we should do, and all the actors were so game. Jason Isaacs was very grumpy about it, but was hilarious. I think he was just playing grumpy, doing, a Star Wars scene with a Southern accent. I mean, listen. He nailed it. What can I say? So anyway, fun time. 5 of my friends came and were my entourage and totally owned karaoke. So I was kind of proud of them. And we ate and ate and ate and ate. Y'all, I don't think it's normal for me to have second breakfast and second dessert. That feels like even an excess of Hobbit habits. The cruise was great. There won't be one next year, but I'm really hoping that something happens and they bring it back at a certain point because I was so scared to go on a cruise, but I really had a good time. I started looking into Disney cruises to take my kid on, and I was like, will this be as fun as a civilian? Because I kind of like working. I mean, relaxing? Who needs it? Speaking of which, I went immediately from Tampa, Florida to London to be able to do the Guild musical. I have been producing this musical for the last, I think, 6 years. The lyricist and the composer, Mark and Sam, approached me. Well, they actually just randomly emailed me, and they were like, we did a song in our workshop class, and we want to option the Guild for a full-length musical. I listened to their songs. They made me laugh so much. And I was like, great, here's the option. And then I got involved as a producer. And then last year I was like, well, I'll just play Codex because, it's my character. Now I don't want anybody else to play Codex because I had such a good time, especially in London. So the play had changed quite a bit from last March to now. We got this wonderful director, Dean Johnson, on board. Alison Frasca, who is the book writer, she wrote it, and I kind of stepped away in the fall to let them kind of do their thing because I was working on the Guild reunion movie and I needed to kind of separate between the 2 properties. And it was kind of good because they got to play in the world and make it their own, which was refreshing. I mean, yes, control freak me wanted to jump in and rewrite everything, but I'm like, you know what? This is a different format. You're not a theater person. Just let them do their thing. And it was so much fun. We had West End performers in our cast, meaning that people who perform on the West End of London, which is like, oh, And I was kind of intimidated, but it turned out to be wonderful. And we did 4 rehearsals. So we got the whole hour play reading, which was kind of truncated from the full length version, which would be hopefully 90 minutes if we ever get to do it again. It was a crash course in marathoning theater performance. I did upload a short form video on my socials that you can see where I talked about like theater performers are dogs. They are at high energy all day and they sleep at night. Whereas film actors are cats. We're like get up, do intense work, and then go to sleep. And then get up and do intense work and go to sleep in your trailer. And I was very much needing to get my sea legs with being more of a dog performer because boy, 8-hour rehearsals, singing all day, super intense, going to bed, then doing the performances one after another. And like, you know, some of the stuff was really rocky when we started, but then by performance 4, I was so sad we didn't get to do it again because we had reached a point where we were like, this is a show. We're all kind of like vibing off each other and we know what we're doing. And it kind of gave me such a feeling of just gratification that we'd worked so hard for so long, 6 years, you guys, to get this to the place where it's being performed in front of an audience in London. I'll say that bucket list checked, but I'm really hoping that we get to do more of it, especially there, because I miss my family a lot, but walking around London, being a performer there, boy, dream come true. I want to thank the whole cast, the director, the other Palace studio space where we were at. You know, there was about 100 people watching us and it was really small and intimate. It felt like more like a nightclub than a theater, which was even cooler. You know, we learned a lot and I'm really hoping the team gets to do more of it and develop it more and eventually just stage it live. Let me knock on all the woods. So I'm back home and lots of stuff's going on. I'm prepping for the Lost Daughter of Sparta release, March 17th. That's my graphic novel. And I'm so excited to see all of you in person. And then the Kickstarter for the Guild reunion movie. The script is done. I mean, it needs a lot of rewriting, but it's done enough that I can say, yeah, there's a movie there and we're gonna make it. So yikes! So that's what's up in my life. And I wanna thank you for just supporting and watching. And I'll get back to my videos with substance that aren't about me. Oh wait, they're mostly about me. Oh well, it's my channel. Okay, see you guys later. Peace out.